Then my Uncle Bob, who was like a second dad for me, we were very close. He took me to the firehouse when I was about 6 years old. And was that exciting? We walk in the front door, he's giving me the tour. The speaker cracks. It was truck 2 at the time. Truck 2, you have a box alarm. Tommy, you want to go? Yeah! Pulls me right up in the front seat of the hook and ladder. The officer at this side and the driver at this side, and right out the door. Sirens going through red lights. I am freaking out, scared to death, loving every minute of it. But it was that moment. I really enjoyed it. I kind of knew. So as I got older, and I was in high school, I really started thinking about the fire service. I'm a retired firefighter now. Spent 34 years on the Chicago Fire Department. I graduated from the academy in July of 1980. And then I'm on the fire department with my uncle for the first 19 years. I could tell he was proud that, I was following in his footsteps. We were called to a nursing home fire. When I get on the scene, the chief yells back, "We got 2 firefighters down. We got to go in and find them." Put on our masks. Me and that chief crawled down that hallway, and we did find them, and they were passed out. Using the training, because we are trained when you're going into any kind of a room and do a search, you're on your hands and knees and you'll feel the wall with your right hand. And that's what I did. I stumbled right up on top of them, grabbed them behind their collar, dragged them back, feeling the wall until I got back to the door I entered. As soon as we got them, the paramedics were there, they pulled them in, and both firemen lived. They were in the hospital for a couple of days, smoke inhalation. The air ran out on their tanks. But that was scary. I got an award for that in '82. Really, the first one that ever traumatized me was I was a young fireman, and father was out front screaming that his son was in there. We can't find the kid. I mean, after the fire's out, we're still looking for the kid, and we found him. He was completely charred, burnt up. That was my first child death, and that really upset me. And I remember being just, mentally and emotionally I couldn't wrap around it. So when I came home the next morning, I remember just holding my son, thinking, that could have been him, It was hard in those days. Now they have a program called Critical Incident Debriefing, SIDS. And they didn't have that then. You just compartmentalize everything. You put all that emotion and all that stuff into a certain section of your head, so you can act. The next time you do something, you don't stop and everything was flown out at you. You perform. In the last 20 years, fire service has evolved tremendously. There's so much. There's new equipment, thermal imaging cameras. Now, the fire company as a team can come in and the officer will have the camera. The room's full of smoke. We can't see anything, but with this camera, we can get a heat signature off a body or somebody who's unconscious. He's right there, 2 feet in front of you. You can now find him and get him out. Everyone knows that the guy next to you may save your life, or the woman next to you. Firefighters work together, and off duty, they play together. There's a lot of camaraderie. When you're a fireman forever.